Hi and welcome to the Quitter's Guide to Smoking. I'm your host Justin Harnish, and this video is part 4 in a continuing series following my personal journey into quit smoking. If you or anybody you know smokes, you're going to want to watch this and or pass it on to them. This is part 4. If you wanted to see more parts, just click the link here. Hope you enjoy it and hope you get a lot out of it. Now I want to show you something. This is about how much ash a 20-a-day smoker produces. Of course, they're not all cremated. This is not the first time I've tried to give up smoking, and I really do hope this is my last. I've got a lot to live for, and this nasty little habit could get me into a lot of health problems, heart disease, lung cancer, and a long list of other health-related problems that could potentially kill me if I continue. And if you think I'm trying to scare you with all this, you're absolutely right. Smoking affects us in so many ways, everywhere from bad breath to death. Now for me, I don't want that because I'm kind of allergic to death. Now globally, over 5 million people die a year from smoking related illnesses. In New Zealand alone, it's anywhere from 43 to 4,600 people each year. By this time, I hope you've got a good grasp on your own smoking habits. Everything from how many per day through to your individual triggers like coffee in the morning, food, alcohol, that type of thing. I also hope that you've taken that 1 or 2 cigarettes a day out of your habit. Just giving up that 1 or 2 is the first step to really taking it forward. I also hope that you've thought seriously about switching to electronic cigarettes. It really will help, and in the interim between you being a full-time smoker and a non-smoker, it will help you. It'll take the edge off. Trust me, seriously, it works. Now if you've decided not to go with the electronic cigarettes, that's fine, that's your choice, it's a personal thing. I have gone with the electronic cigarettes, and I smoke them just like I would a normal cigarette, and it has helped, it has taken the edge off. A lot of people are accepting of it now, it's a socially acceptable thing. You can sit in a circle of friends who smoke and use an electronic cigarette, no problems. The next step, whether you've gone for them or whether you stay with your normal tobacco, the next step is, and this is the hard part, next time you feel like a cigarette, just wait. Wait as long as you can. You get to work. In the morning, you normally have a 10 o'clock break or thereabouts, and you'd normally have a cigarette. You already had a cigarette before you left for work, I would assume, and you may have even had one on the way to work. So for that 10 o'clock cigarette, cut it out. Don't do it. Leave it until lunchtime. Now at lunchtime, if you have a cigarette, have a cigarette. A lot of people at lunch have 2 cigarettes or 3. This time, only have the single cigarette. Now when it comes to your next break at say 3 o'clock-ish, again, give it a miss. Don't do it. Leave it alone. And then for your next scheduled cigarette, which may be on the way home or at home, that's fine. Have it. Go wild. Have a cigarette. You can see where I'm going there. So each time you feel like a cigarette, just hold it off a little bit. Hold it off a little bit. Eventually you're going to get to a point where you're not having your 10 o'clock cigarette. You're not having your 12 o'clock cigarette. You're not having your 3 o'clock cigarette. You may not have a cigarette until 6 o'clock in the evening. This is where we want to be. So the longer you hold out before you have a cigarette or your next cigarette, the better off you'll be. Now if you're thinking to yourself, oh, I bet he's having secret cigarettes off camera and we don't know how many he's had, etc, etc. You're absolutely right. The thing is, I'm going to tell you about it because this is my New Year's resolution. Not only my New Year's resolution, which I started before New Year's, it's something that I really need to do. So I'm going to tell you, in the last 2 weeks, I've had the equivalent of 2 packets of cigarettes. Whether it be the tailor-made or the roll your own, yes, I have. Now I've got nothing to prove to anybody but me. The only person I have to feel guilty to is me, and yes, I do. So from now on, I'm not going to, I'd like to say I'm not going to, from now on I'm going to hope that I can turn down any cigarettes. I may fall, and I probably will. But I'm going to continue on with the electronic cigarettes, and from now on I'm going to be talking about packets like cartridges. Okay, so a cartridge is the equivalent to a packet. So when I say I've been through X amount of cartridges, just equivalent that to tailor-made packets and we'll be all good. But yes, I have had cigarettes and I'm not going to lie about it, and this is something that I have to do. So be honest with yourself. That's all I'm saying. You've got nothing to prove to anybody but to yourself. When you make the decision to quit smoking, people are going to start to find out about it. Whether you tell them that you're trying to quit smoking, or whether they notice that you're not in the circle of people that are smoking anymore, which is great, because I guarantee two things are going to happen. The first thing is they're going to encourage you, and they're going to ask questions when you do smoke. Give them the truthful answers. Say, yeah, I know, I am trying to give up, but I would like this one cigarette. Give them the truth, because you're being truthful not only to them but to yourself as well. So tell the truth. The second thing that's going to happen after the encouragement of, you know, good on you, keep going, we're behind you, somebody else is going to think, hey, well, if you're quitting smoking, maybe I should. Maybe we can encourage each other, maybe we can quit together. If that happens, if somebody comes up to you and says, I want to quit smoking too, can we help each other out? A codependency thing, if you like. Take it up, do it, because there's nothing like the encouragement of a peer. Alright? If they smoke, if you smoke, they all catch you out. There is a little bit of guilt there, a bit of peer pressure and everything else like that. Have a competition if you like. But the thing is that if you've got someone else there to help you quit, to be there with you when you are quitting, and they're going through the same thing, sometimes it's nice to just pick up the phone or on the internet and talk to them. Things like that are good for you. So just encourage them. If somebody wants to quit with you, yes, do it. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and got a lot out of it. Again, if you wanted to see more in this series, just click the link here. Give me a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it or you got something out of it, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thank you for watching. And remember, keep calm and garden on.